Welcome back to No Fall Weddings, part of the Co-working Universe. It's your host, JP, here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And please do, because it is the last episode of the season. The national champion has been crowned. The Indiana Hoosiers, football champions. Hell has not frozen over. What a time to be alive. The Indiana Hoosiers are the champions of college football. 2 years ago, they were looked at still as the losingest program in the country, and now they are hoisting the trophy. What an unbelievable story. Before we get into that, let's talk about the game. Let's give a shout out to the fans, because yet again, they stormed Miami Beach and took over. I'm talking at least 60-40, 65-35 Indiana fans. And again, everyone knows this game was in Miami's home stadium. Now, there is a myth of the Miami fan. We don't know if they're actually real or not, because every home game, it only seems to be about 50 to 60% of the stadium full. So I'm not totally surprised Indiana took it over. Again, this is potentially a once-in-a-lifetime moment for Indiana. Maybe not. Maybe they become the next Ohio State and Michigan. We'll see. But they took full advantage. They're like, we've been saving up all this money for this kind of moment for 100 years. Let's do it. And they packed that stadium, and they legit had a home field advantage. Now, even though the crowd was into it, most of us viewers in that first half was not, because that was a dud of a first half. The Miami offensive game plan was predictable. They had nobody running deep. Everything was within 12 yards of each other. Beck had nobody to throw to, and it was boring. They kept trying to run the ball up the middle, and, all I heard all week was about Miami's size on the offensive line, and looks like size doesn't matter. Right, gentlemen? IU scrapped together 10 points, and Miami missed a field goal at the end of the half, and it's 10-0. And it's like, man, is Miami going to score a point? But thanks to Mark Fletcher, the running back, 57-yard run to start the second half, and all of a sudden, 10-7, we got a ball game. But that momentum for Miami was short-lived because of special teams. 1/3 of all football games, punt block for a touchdown on a punt return setup. This was a total whiff by Miami's punt coverage. I don't know what that guy was doing. I don't even want to say his name, because it's not great. It's not great when you watch it, but totally whiffed on a block. Maybe it was on the punter who, you're doing that rugby style punting, and you run too close one side or the other, and you're running into a potential guy who's going to block it. So, that's one of those, only the coaches will know whose fault it was. But either way, the special teams coach, yeah, he's going to get reamed out a little bit. You can't give up a punt block touchdown in a championship game. Just can't. What does Urban Meyer say? Like, if a special teams touchdown and you have like a 92% chance of winning a game. Well, there you go. So if the third quarter kind of woke everybody up, it was the fourth quarter that went ham. These are all the big plays that happened. I mean, Miami goes right down the field, cuts it to 3. Again, after having no offense for the first half, all of a sudden, it's like the minute they get down by 10, their offense opens up. I don't understand it. They're not the only team that happens to when you think about it with football. How come your offense can suck for the first, quarter and a half when it's 0-0, 3-0? As soon as you get down double digits, like, okay, now we can run offense. Then comes the Heisman winner, Mendoza, finally showing up. 4th and 5, that back shoulder throw to Becker was incredible. Perfect throw, great catch on the sideline. And just to not be outdone, we have another 4th and 5. Now this one, man, Persignetti got some cojones here. You're up 3, about 9 minutes to go. You can kick the field goal, go up 6. But again, Miami's starting to move the ball a little bit on your defense. Kicker goes out, and all of a sudden, you know what? Timeout. Go to commercial. Out comes the offense. And here comes the moment that will be on YouTube, will be on walls of IU fans forever. And you know what? There should be a statue. There should be a statue of this play.
8. He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and goal. Diving toward the end zone. Touchdown!
What a run. I mean, live, I'm like, oh my God, he's not going to get it. No chance. And then he does get it. It's like, man, he just took a hit. Oh my God, he's still going. Oh my God, he scored. Great moment by a Heisman winning player. Great call by Fowler. The crowd just goes nuts. I mean, all-time great moment. But there's still so much time left in this game. Like, it felt like that was going to end it, but not even close, because Miami's stud player, that freshman, Malachi Tony, man, as much as I want to hate on that little guy, he is special. How can you be that fast, that quick, and still be a bowling ball? He's untackleable. I don't get it. He takes over with a 41-yard catch to get him into the red zone, and then a 22-yard pop pass where, again, he's just bouncing off guys, spin tackle. He's right there. He's so small that you can lose him just by watching the game, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. Touchdown, 3-point game again with like 5 minutes to go. They went right down the field after not being able to do anything for most of the game. So here we go again. Back shoulder throw, Mendoza to Becker, 3rd and 7. Now this one wasn't a great pass. This was Becker finding that ball, getting around the corner, and somehow coming down with that catch. That was just, this guy, Indiana fans didn't even know who he was like 3 months ago because of injuries to their top receivers. This guy had to step up, and he took advantage, and now he's one of their best players. So now it's getting tight for Miami. They need to get a stop. They need to get the ball back. Can't give up another first down, and boom, Indiana, 9-yard run. It's the perfect play because Miami has to call a timeout. So now they're down to 2 timeouts. They are a yard away from ending the game. Like, if you get a first down there, if it's 10 yards, it actually hurts you when you think about it. 9 yards was the perfect run. Miami calls that timeout. Indiana just needs 1 more yard for a national championship. They can kneel down and it's over. And they do what they haven't done all year. Make a mistake. A false start by their All-American guard. I couldn't believe it. And neither could Cignetti. He's got that look. Cameras just look at him just like, are you kidding me? We don't make mistakes. And they don't. Like, I know that's kind of arrogant, but that's why they've been the best team all year. They don't make mistakes. And a false start backs them up. Now it's 2nd and 6. They try running it. Nothing. Timeout. It's 3rd down. Do you let Mendoza try to do something? You're the Heisman winner. Nope. They run it again for nothing. 4th and 5. Miami's out of timeouts. They're right in field goal range. Here we go. Right? They're going to go for it. Going to go for the win. You've been going for it on 4th down all night and doing it all year. You got the Heisman win. You got the number 1 pick in the draft. Let's go for it. No, they kicked it. Listen, we know who won. I'm still having trouble processing Kirk Cignetti's thoughts there. Like, you're the one that, like, hey, we've never been here. We may never be here again. Let's go win it. Did it all game, all season, and in that moment, he kicked the field goal to go up 6. I can't believe it. If I'm a fan, I'm sweating. If I'm a Miami fan, this is how I look at it. If I'm a Miami fan, I'm praying they kick it. We get the ball back, right? I don't want to have to stop them. I don't have to stop Mendoza again. Been kicking our ass all night on these plays. Throw another back shoulder throw. We can't stop it even when we know it's happening. So they kick the field goal. They go up 6. About a minute and a half to go. Again, that's an eternity in college football. Carson Beck, Miami's quarterback, starts moving them down the field with the help of a very soft roughing the passer penalty, admittedly. They're at Indiana's 47-yard line with 51 seconds to go. The momentum is straight with Miami right now. I was rooting for Indiana in this moment. I was nervous. I'm like, Miami's going to have the all-time moment in their own backyard, and they're going to win a championship by 1, just like they did against Ole Miss. They're going to have the moment. Carson Beck steps back, throws it deep. My heart sinks. Like, oh my God, it's probably Malachi Tony wide open. Nope.
Beck steps up, delivers downfield, intercepted!
Picked off. Indiana wins it. Oh, man. Listen, Carson Beck, you've been playing college football for about 12 years. You can't make that throw. Now, Indiana disguised their coverage a little bit. They had a safety not towards the line of scrimmage, but, he's kind of middle of the field. And as soon as he snapped it, he ran right to that direction. And because he took that route, the cornerback who's covering that receiver that Beck was throwing to was able to just play soft coverage, could look at the quarterback, saw that he was going to throw it to him. So he kept the eyes on the ball instead of the receiver and just easily picked it off. It's a great defensive play, but it's a bad throw on Carson Beck. I'm sorry. And he's kind of been doing that all his career. I think I saw a stat where He has lost 6 times, and 4 of those were off his interceptions with the chance to win the game. It's one of those moments where I just feel like as a quarterback, you made up your mind before the snap. You're like, all right, it's second down. I'm taking my shot now. And Indiana burned them. So what went from being a boring first half, kind of a dud of a championship game after a long, long wait for it, turned into a really damn exciting game between two teams we've never seen in this moment, another we haven't seen in that moment in about 25 years. So it was different. It wasn't the same Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State. I wish it was, but it was different. And either way, there was going to be a fan base that for either all generations haven't experienced it or a young generation that hadn't experienced it or one that's it's been half but almost a quarter decade. So college football, it's got a lot of issues. I'm going to get into that a little next season in the preview. The portal, the NIL, transfers. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. It's like the Wild West. But when those two teams line up on Saturdays or in these bowl games or in this college football championship, it's special. It's awesome. It's the best sport on the planet, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. Considering how sick I was that night, stayed up for it. Well worth it. So again, shout out to Indiana. I can't express enough people who are just maybe casual college football fans. It's the greatest turnaround in sports history. It's that simple. There's nothing like it. Indiana was a laughing stock of not just the Big Ten, but college football for all my life. They have never even come close to being relevant. And 2 years ago, they hired this coach who was very braggadocious about the things he did down in James Madison, and we all laughed at him. And then, hey, quickly wins 10, 11 games. They lose to Ohio State last year in what ended up being a blowout, but it was a tightly contested game midway through the third quarter. They lose to Notre Dame at South Bend in the first ever college football playoff game, and everyone's kind of like, see, Indiana didn't belong. They all kind of laughed at him. And 1 year later, they're 16-0 and the national champions. It's an unbelievable story. Everyone knows about Hoosiers, the movie, when it comes to Indiana basketball. If they made a movie about this, it would be so unbelievable, Hollywood would throw you out the room. You go undefeated, you win the Big Ten championship by beating the defending champion Ohio State Buckeyes. You win the Heisman Trophy. You smoke Alabama, one of the greatest teams of all time, or the greatest programs of all time. You beat Oregon for the second time this year. And then you beat Miami, the U, who was trying to reclaim their own history. And you denied them it. It's impressive. It's the greatest coaching job of all time. You can throw that in there as well. And I got nothing but praise. I'm not a shill for the Big Ten. Yeah, I was rooting for them, but not because they're Big Ten. I was rooting for the story. Yeah, I don't love Miami, not just for beating Ohio State, but Miami is Miami. Us college football fans know that. I was rooting for the story. Plus, I know who was rooting against Indiana all night. It's those damn SEC fans. Oh, it must suck knowing that the Big Ten runs college football again. Thank you, everybody, for watching this season of No Fall Weddings. It was a fun year. Didn't have the same final as I did the first year with Notre Dame, Ohio State playing each other, but I still had fun. And I thought I'm like, what am I going to talk about with my teams out? Like, I didn't think I'd have the same passion for it, but you know what? College football brings out that passion, no matter who it is. And I'm so thankful for everyone that watched this year. I had a few subscribers come in. I had a lot more views this year. I appreciate everything. Let's get the comments up next year. Let's get the subscribers up. Let's get some more top fives going. I'll drop more episodes next year in between every week weekend recaps. But again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I love what I do. It's a lot of fun talking about my favorite sport, and I hope you enjoy this year. And remember, if you're getting married next year, summer, winter, spring, no fall weddings.